Shalom, Akim, this is Yahweh Tazak coming back with another video. I want to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Double honor to the elders of Great Millstone. Much love and respect to you brothers out there doing the work in sincerity and truth. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, Wahab Rakak Badash, Barakatam, Akim. Alright, I just want to touch into this chapter right here in Psalms 18 regarding David when he was being persecuted and sought after by King Saul because of King Saul's rebellious heart and how the kingdom and the spirit was stripped away from him by Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. It was given over to King David, and he was anointed king by the prophet Samuel. And here in this particular chapter, the verses that I'm going to read prove that what hell is, okay? And what hell and death, where hell and death reside, okay? Anguish of spirit, vexation, sorrow, torment. Because once you die, you're at peace, man. You know what I'm saying? Once your spirit is released from this body of chains of darkness, all right, from the flesh, your spirit's at peace in the spirit world, all right, up in the heavens, all right, whatever you want to call it, in the firmament, where Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai dwell. The flesh returns back to the earth, tierra, the dirt, all right, because that's what the earth means, is a rataza, which means the ground, okay. So that's what I brought this out since, like I said, I've been on this topic of death and having faith and believing that you'll be delivered out of every situation. Well, King David was delivered out of every single situation that he was being faced with. His life was sought after, man. They wanted him dead. King Saul wanted him dead. If you read the account of King Saul and David, you'll see that there's been several times where King Saul was attempted to kill him by throwing a javelin. King David would play a tune, a music to calm his spirit, which you read it says that the Most High sent down an evil spirit upon him. All right, and that's how King David would exercise that spirit, was through his music. All right, so it starts with Psalms 18:1. It says, to the chief musician, a psalm of David, the servant of Yahweh, who spake unto Yahweh the words of this song in the day that Yahweh delivered him from the hand of all his enemies and from the hand of Saul. And he said, I will love thee, O Yahweh, my strength. Because David knew that Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai was the one that delivered him from all these things. It wasn't of himself, man. As I keep reiterating myself, reiterating the importance of that, to be remembered of, that Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is the one that delivers us from all these things, and from death, and he doth deliver. And King David, Salakia, is the one. He says that he acknowledges that. All right, because we know King David was a man of war. All right, and verse 2 it says, Yahweh is my rock and my fortress and my deliverer, my power, my strength, in whom I will trust. You see, so King David is also a man of the Lord, and also an example of a man of the Lord, that he has to trust in Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. All right, you have to have that fear. The beginning of knowledge is the fear of the Lord. Right? It says, my buckler and the horn of my salvation and my high tower. Okay, so he's his everything, man. He is that physician. He is that protector. He is his health of life. Whatever it is that's good to a man, that's what Yahweh Shai is to him. All right. It says, verse 3, I will call upon Yahweh, who is worthy to be praised. So shall I be saved from my enemies. See? Praising and going out to the highways and the byways, obeying the law, statutes, commandments is what's going to get you protected in that day, because Yahweh Shai saw you present your body a living sacrifice for his name's sake, man. You know, he saw you raising that standard, you know, lifting up that banner for his name's sake, and that goes a long way, man. As I said in the last video, the Most High is not forgetful to see your labor of love, all right, that you've done. Verse 4, the sorrows of death compassed me, and the floods of ungodly men made me afraid. See? So the sorrows of death compassed King David, man. You know, he was the sentence of death was in him. You see what I'm saying? It was in him. As you read 2 Corinthians chapter 1, when the apostles also make the statement, the sentence of death was in us. So the sentence of death should be in you. You know, you should know that. That's what Yahweh Shai has always been trying to tell us, is that our faith should be as if we're faced with death. That's how high our faith should be. That level of faith should be. You know, it's just like when people. This is how my mentality is. I don't know about other people. There's a lot of people that have the same mentality, I know. When you get into a fight, man, all right, like a street fight, or whether you be in the ring, whatever may go down. It's not like when we used to beat kids, man, where we used to just throw down and that was it, you know. But things have changed. Your mentality changes from little petty fights to where you actually start knowing that, hey, people are really trying to knock your ass out, man. People are really trying to knock you out cold, if not put you to death. So anytime you get into a fight, you gotta have the mentality as if this man's about to kill you, man. You gotta fight for your life. That's what's gonna make you win. That's what's gonna help you win. So you gotta fight with all your might. That's what Yahweh Shai said, that you have to love thy power with all thy heart, might, and soul, your spirit. Meaning that to the point of your death, if it means your life, that's how you have to go, and that's how your faith has to be. All right, you have to completely depend on Yahweh Shai. Basically, that's what it is. So it says, the sorrows of death compassed me, and the floods of ungodly men made me afraid, which proves that he wasn't dead. He's talking about what things that he was going through. It's a condition. So if he died, King David, which he did, then that's when his spirit will go back to the heavens, to the spirit realm, and his body will go back to the flesh, to the earth. It's like it. And the floods of ungodly men made me afraid. So he's proven to you what was making him afraid was these men that were chasing after him, man. That were trying to, they were seeking out his life. Verse 5, the sorrows of hell compassed me about. The snares of death prevented me. You see? So all these men were trying to set him up, you know. The sorrows of hell, which was a condition. He was vexed. He was being chased after, man. But what did he do? He kept his integrity. He didn't even kill Saul whenever he had the chance to kill Saul. Where Yahweh Shai set it up to where he could have took Saul's life. But instead, what did he do? He ripped off a piece of his garment. And he even told him that he could have taken your life, but he was still his king. So King David had respect unto him. You know, even though he could have, you know, but he wasn't going to do that. He didn't do that. But it's just a point that King David was trying to prove to him, to humble him down, that Yahweh Shai was on his side. You know, on King David's side. But that's what King David was going through, and how he trusted and depended on Yahweh Shem Yahushai to deliver him from the snares of death, and that were compassed him throughout his life during that time of King Saul and the enemies that were surrounding him. Right? And it says, the snares of death prevented me. In my distress, I called upon Yahweh. You see? So that's what Yahweh Shem Yahushai requires from us, is to call upon him in our distresses, man. When we're stressed out, we're worried, we're afraid. And that's what we're doing. Yahweh Shem Yahushai is building us up right now before that time of Jacob's trouble comes, man. You see what I'm saying? So everything is written for our learning, man. Everything we go through is to help us see and to understand and learn from it. And you know, whether it be to the smallest or the biggest thing, you know, or you know, that's how we learn, man. We have to completely depend on Yahweh Shem Yahushai and not depend on ourselves or our flesh. You see what I'm saying? You know, like a lot of people out here, that's what they end up doing, man. They depend on themselves. They depend on their own vain thoughts. You know, they don't depend on Yahweh Shem Yahushai no more. You know, the love of many wax cold. Right? So it says in verse 6 again, in my distress I called upon Yahweh and cried unto my power. He heard my voice out of his temple, and my cry came before him, even into his ears. Now, there's several scriptures in the book of Sirach where it talked about a poor man, you know, praying unto his power, and it pierced the clouds of heaven, and it went up to the Lord of Sabaoth, the Lord of armies, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and he heard it and delivered him, man. All right. So that's how we need to be, man. We need to be as if we're at the point of death.